Right, well, I know. Um, Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, to learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are completely new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University, where you'll find all the prior videos that we have. If you're interested in joining the Sunday classes that we have, you can get all the details on our page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. Okay, one word. I highly encourage you to bookmark this page so you can get details about how to join the Sunday classes. You'll find the Zoom link. You will get the link to our Discord community as well, where you will be able to interact with all the other Hindi speakers and the advanced learners that we have. Similarly, you'll get information about the books that we've been following and the 12 plus practice sessions that we have throughout the week by the several advanced Hindi learners. So you'll be able to join them. Okay. With that in mind, as you know, with this year we've been following a blended curriculum in which we're covering beginners to intermediate plus to level students. Okay, and we're covering multiple books, including Pingu Learns Hindi. Similarly, the book from Richard Delacy and Sudha Gupta, who's a professor at the Harvard University for Hindi language. Similarly, the blended curriculum also include Rupert Snell as well as Kavita Kumar and Usha Jain's books. Okay, so with that in mind, as you know, till previous class last week we could meet. I was in India, but before that we finished chapter 13 of Richard Delacy and Gupta's book. The goal for this class is we will be starting a new chapter number 14, from the elementary Hindi book. And my goal is by the end of this class, all of you will be proficient in a new tense, which is present perfect continuous tense. Okay, it sounds a little bit intimidating with the name, but it's pretty simple. Most of you are probably already familiar with it. You also form some sentences, but we'll try to take a new look at it, and also we'll try to, as always, we'll start simple and we add complexity to that. Okay, and with that in mind, as always, feel free to ask questions, take a pause. The goal is not to move fast, but the goal is to make sure that most of you are able to grasp it and confidently say the Hindi sentences. Okay, so with that in mind, let me erase and let me just directly get into the topic. So if you guys remember, when we make sentence in present continuous tense, we talk about general things that are happening right now. Okay, such as I am teaching right now. Okay, or I am writing. Okay, or if I would write a simple sentence, I can say I am reading a book. If I'm reading a book right now, I'll say I'm reading a book. So things that are happening at the current moment, those are present continuous. Okay, the other look at it is if you were to write the same thing, I'm going to write it as like present perfect continuous, PPC. Okay, and if you were to say something like I have been, if you were to write the same thing, I have been reading a book for past 3 days. Or if I were to just remove, I'll just simply say I've been reading a book for 3 days. Okay, what is the difference between the first sentence and the second one? Delia ji, what do you think is the fundamental difference between the two?
In English?
Yes.
Yes, so in English, the first is what happening at the moment in the present. And the second one is what was happening at the moment in the past.
Okay.
Or since when you, no, sorry, I have been reading a book for, it's when, for how long you have been reading something.
Yes, for how long you've been reading something. Okay.
Yeah.
It's something that started in the past and it's still going on. Okay, in the previous one, you're reading the book right now. Okay, it doesn't say anything about the past. Okay, but in the previous one, if you look at it, I've been reading a book for 3 days. So you started reading, you started reading 3 days ago. You started reading 3 days ago, and it's still continuing. Okay, so it's something started in the past and they're still continuing. Okay, so if you the main difference is in the second one, you're emphasizing the duration or ongoing nature of the action, so the action is still continuing. Okay, which was not happening in the previous tense. Okay, many languages have the notion of this tense. Okay, some of them is direct, such as English. You have explicitly wrote it down. Some of them, the language leverage other grammatical construct to come up or to say sentences that started in the past and still continuing. Okay, so far we've only wrote down the basic difference between the two sentences. Okay, one is written in present continuous and the second one written is present perfect continuous. Okay, now let's see how will we in Hindi is rather simple. How do you say this one? Okay, but to do this one, we'll start with this. Okay, I hope most of you are familiar with it. If not, we'll do a very quick brush up and then we'll move here. Okay, so let's see. Sharanji, how will you say? I am reading a book.
मैं किताब पढ़ रही हूँ.
Very good. मैं किताब पढ़ रही हूँ for you. And if I were to say it, I'll say मैं किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ. Right? Very simple sentence. What she did was to read is पढ़ना. Okay, to read is padna. When you want to say something that is happening right now, present continuous, you remove the na and you put raha, rahi, or rahe to give the notion of something that is happening right now. So I is main, book is kitab, the verb is padna. So you said pad, and then for you it's rahi, feminine singular, pad rahi. Am is who. मैं किताब पढ़ रही हूँ. So far so good, right? Hopefully everyone is following that. Okay, now to just convert this sentence into this one is not that big of a deal. What will you do, Jackie ji? What will you do just to say from I am reading book to I have been reading a book for 3 days? What is for 3 days?
तीन तीन दिनों के लिए मैं एक किताब पढ़ रही है.
Amazing. Okay, almost. Okay, so this sentence remain as is. This sentence remain as is. मैं किताब पढ़ रही हूँ. All you have to do is for 3 days. Okay, for 3 days. So you said, what did you say?
Eight minutes. There's just somebody at the door. Sorry.
Yeah. So all you would do is for 3 days. So you'll say 3 दिनों से. Okay, 3 दिनों से. Okay. Sometimes Hindi speakers will just simply say 3 दिन से. Okay, so they use that interchangeably. So all you would do is मैं, this sentence remain as it is. मैं किताब पढ़ रही हूँ. All you would do is fill in this blank and you will say मैं 3 दिनों से किताब पढ़ रही हूँ.
मैं
Okay,
3 दिनों से किताब पढ़ रही हूँ.
Very good. That's it. And that will give the notion that something that you started in the past, like 3 days ago, and it's still continuing. Okay. So
what if you didn't have a time scale on it? So if I just said, "Oh, I have been reading."
yes, Yes. So, so if there was very good question. So the question is, what if don't have this time and you simply have, I have been reading. In that case, you say it exactly the same thing. मैं किताब पढ़ रही हूँ. But the learner who you are talking to, they will get the context in which you are saying it, and they'll, because it's basically it's a response to the question, what have you been doing?
Mm.
That's probably the question that is being asked by the learner or the person who's talking to you, and your response is, oh, मैं पढ़ रही हूँ, and they would understand it as like something that you started something in the past and you're still continuing it. Okay, so
Okay.
very good question, right? So I hope most of you got the question. Her question is, what if somebody were to just say, I have been reading a book and there's nothing like this? How will you say that in Hindi? So in that case, present continuous and present perfect continuous, they work exactly same way. Okay. And the learner or the speaker who are talking to each other, they will get the context from the conversation and they'll make sense of it. Okay. Now let's do some more examples so that way it'll make sense to you. Okay. So I've been reading a book for 3 days. A very common question that is being asked is basically you want to say I've been living in Delhi for 2 years. I have been living in Delhi for, let's say, 5 days or 5 years. Sorry, I've been living in Delhi for 5 years. Okay, simple sentence, very simple sentence. Start with the present continuous. Donna ji, how will you say this one? I've been living in Delhi for 5 years.
मैं 5 सालों से दिल्ली में रह रही हूँ.
Very good, right? मैं 5 सालों से दिल्ली में रह रही हूँ. Okay. If you were to simply say मैं दिल्ली में रह रही हूँ, it means like I'm living in Delhi or I'm staying in Delhi. Okay. All you have done is for 5 years. 5 सालों से. Okay. Any questions, anyone? I know this can be a little bit new for some people.
I had a question, Asuchi.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
I think in the book, doesn't he use cub say?
Yes, so we will cover that as well. We'll cover that. Right now, it's not like how long have you been? It's a response to that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is the answer. We'll do the question as well. How do you ask someone how long have you been staying in Delhi? Okay. We've not done that. Okay. So far, what we've done is you say the same thing in present continuous, and then after the subject, you put in the time frame. ओके मैं 5 सालों से दिल्ली में रह रही हूँ और रह रहा हूँ. ओके, एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस, एनीवन? फील फ्री टू आस्क इफ इट इज हार्ड. Okay, let's do the new one. Okay, so let's say this time
Ashutosh, I just wanted to ask, in these cases where you have multiple days, multiple years, is it always customary to do din, dinon, and salon? Because it's not always that way, right? Or is it pretty much?
So Hindi speakers, they use interchangeably 5 साल से और 5 सालों से.
Okay.
Like, yeah, so it's not that big of a deal. Like you can use it either ways.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Masram ji is here as well. Masram ji, आप कितने सालों से हिंदी सीख रहे हैं?
अच्छा, मैं तो शर्म आता है भाई साहब मैं मैं 30 सालों से हिंदी सीख रहा हूँ.
Okay, so I asked him, as you guys probably have inferred, I asked him, आप कितने साल से और कितने सालों से हिंदी हिंदी सीख रहे हैं? How long have you been learning Hindi? And he said, मैं 30 साल से हिंदी, 30 is 30, मैं 30 साल से हिंदी सीख रहा हूँ. I've been learning Hindi for the past 30 years. मैं 30 साल से हिंदी सीख रहा हूँ, और even you can say बोल रहा हूँ. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Anyone finding it hard? Be honest. Who is finding it a little bit hard? Good. I think so far everyone is following, it seems. Okay. Let's consider a scenario. Risha ji, you this time. Okay. Let's consider a scenario. Now you have to ask this question to someone. Okay. Let's say your friend John has been sleeping for a long time. Okay. And you want to ask this question, like, how long has John been sleeping? So far we are giving a response such as like, मैं 5 सालों से हिंदी सीख रहा हूँ, मैं 30 साल से मैं 5 सालों से दिल्ली रह रहा हूँ, और मैं 30 साल से हिंदी सीख रहा हूँ. Now it's a question. How long has John been sleeping? Risha ji, you want to try it out?
या श्योर. कितने समय सो रहे हैं? जॉन सो रहे हैं.
Okay, very good, right? So far the variable has been this part. Okay, so you say kitne samay se, you can say that. Is there any other way you can use instead of kitne samay se? Is there anything similar in Hindi? Even kitne samay is also correct.
मीन let's say कितने बजे, और
When, what, how do you say when in Hindi?
कब तक.
Yes, very good, right? Since when? Since when? That would be kab se. Okay, kab se. Now say it one more time. Say the whole sentence one more time. Say John.
अच्छा. so we're using कब तक.
Right,
जॉन
so
कब तक सो रही है.
कब से. Okay, कब से.
से कब
So
से. हाँ.
जॉन कब से सो रहा है.
सो
Right,
रहा.
John कब से सो रहा है. Okay, and there's somebody who's like aware of it, like John पिछले 15 घंटे से सो रहा है. He's been sleeping for the past 15 hours or something like that. Okay, so this is important part, right? Kab se. If you were to simply say John so raha hai, that means John is sleeping. Okay, just by adding kab se in here, you change it into from present continuous to present perfect continuous in the interrogative form. Okay, so John kab se so raha hai. How long has John been sleeping? Okay, John kab se so raha hai. Okay, now let's practice the question a few more, like how to ask this question in some more sentences. Let's say, this time let's ask Angela ji. Angela ji, you go to see one of your friend. Okay, and she's been cooking for a long time. Okay, and to the point that she doesn't even see that you came to visit your friend. Okay, and your natural question to the other person sitting in the room is like, how long she's been cooking. How will you ask this question in Hindi? Angela ji.
Okay. वो कब से पका रही है.
वो कब से
पका रही है.
So what is she? Okay, वो कब से.
खाना.
Very good.
Sorry.
वो
कब से खाना पका रही है.
वो कब से खाना पका रही है.
रही है.
Very good. Right? How long she's been cooking food. वो कब से खाना पका रही है. Okay, just always think about, like, present continuous. If you were to say वो खाना पका रही है, that means she is cooking. Just by putting कब से in here, you change it into present perfect continuous. Okay, how long she's been cooking. Okay, let's see some more sentences. Okay. Um, okay. Sheila ji, let's say you talk to someone and you ask them which company do you work for, and they said, let's say Google or something like that. Okay. Your natural question could be, how long have you been working in this company? Okay. How will you ask this question, Sheila ji?
I think
How
she
long?
said she was just going to listen today.
Okay, perfect. No worries, I didn't read that. JDG, how will you do the same thing?
Sorry, Ashutosh, I can't come to the phone just now.
One more time, Shilaji.
Sorry, Ashutosh, I can't come to the phone to talk just now.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Okay, we got it. No worries. JDG, you're talking to someone and they mentioned that they work for a company. It could be anything. Okay. Now your natural question is, how long have you been working for this company?
Okay, so I would say up cub say come car raha hey. And that's just how long have you been working for the company? I would say company ke liye.
Right. And so aap
Or
kab se
company par, company may.
okay. So you want to say this also.
Oh, this they
Okay.
both.
Okay. So this is correct. आप कब से काम कर रहे हैं? You can also say आप कंपनी में कब से काम कर रहे हैं? Okay. If you want to make specifically about this company, this in Hindi is
Is
this in Hindi is very good, right? So it's यह, but because there's a postposition में, it changes into an oblique case is. Okay. आप कब से इस कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं? और sometimes you can put is here. आप इस कंपनी में और आप इस कंपनी में कब से काम कर रहे हैं? Okay, which means like how long have you been working in this company? Okay. Anyone? Okay, feel free to ask question because we change so far. You will notice now that the sentences will get slightly more complicated. So if you're having trouble, feel free to stop me. Okay. How long have you been working in this company? Like आप इस कंपनी में कब से काम कर रहे हैं? Okay. It's a very
You
good.
wouldn't say ke liye for this company.
Right. आप इस कंपनी, you can say that too. आप इस कंपनी instead of में के लिए, you can do that too. In this company versus for this company.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome. Right. So it's a very, very powerful tool, like especially when you're having your conversation with someone to keep them engaged, right? You can use this particular tense. Okay. Let me change it. So now I'm gonna ask for all of you to try it out, so that way everyone get to everyone gets to participate. Okay. Let's say, okay, these days everybody watch the OTT, like the different channels that you have, and let's say there's some TV series, okay, and you want to know how long, like they've been watching the TV series, okay, the person you're talking to. How will you ask them in Hindi? How long have you been watching this TV series? Okay, everyone should try and at least write it down. If you're watching it on Facebook, you can write it as well. Okay, let's see, it gets stable. If you need any help, feel free to ask questions. Otherwise, you can use the Zoom chat. Okay, the question is, how will you ask someone, how long have you been watching this TV series? Okay, amazing. Okay. Okay, let's see. Um, Samantha ji, you want to try it out? Great job, everyone who tried it. Samantha ji.
Hi. Mm, Ab,
आप
Kap, Se, TV series, Dek,
ओके आप कब से
Rahe Hai.
ओके आप कब से टीवी सीरीज देख रहे हैं you sometimes you will see in these speakers using ho as well, okay, because there is no post position, or if you want to put is tv series को then is tv series को हो जाएगा, otherwise आप कब से यह टीवी सीरीज देख रहे हैं और आप कब से ये टीवी सीरीज देख रहे हो, okay. Delia ji also used this one like a different pronoun, you can use that too, which is tu and tum. Okay, two is informal, this is semi-formal. Okay, तू कब से टीवी सीरीज देख रहा है, ओके, और तुम कब से टीवी सीरीज देख रहे हो. Okay, any questions on this one, anyone? Okay, right, so now I'll try to change it a little bit more. Okay, so next one is, I'm gonna write it down. Okay, how long has she been living in this neighborhood? Okay, how long she, okay, she has been, slightly different than the previous one, she has been living in this neighborhood. How long she's been living in this neighborhood, I want all of you to try it out. Okay, I just slightly tweaked it. Then like, how long have you been living in Delhi? Okay, let's see how we all do this one. Okay, very good. Okay, okay, neighborhood. Okay, you can use, if you're finding it hard, neighborhood, how to say neighborhood, you can either you can just put neighborhood, and that's okay as well initially. Okay. Okay. Radhika ji, how are you doing?
Good, fine, Ashuji.
Good,
I'm
awesome, great.
fine. Somebody asked me to say hello to you today. She's been in the cruise in the Europe, so she's asking me to hello. She
Okay.
couldn't do.
All right, so you want to try this one out, Radhika ji?
Yeah. Oh, yes, but like a neighborhood, maybe, you know, we can say pados mein, kab se rakh rahi hai.
Right, so you can say wo, as you said, वो is, you can say either neighborhood में, or you can say मोहल्ले में.
Oh, I said pados mein, okay.
So मोहल्ला, so वो very good है, वह इस मोहल्ले में
कब से रह
रह,
रहे हैं रहे हैं और रही है.
right, वह इस मोहल्ले में, so it's nothing but, so it's mohalla. Mohalla is neighborhood, and it's
Can you use pados as well? Pados में.
So
like a padosi neighbor. So it's a pados.
you can say that. You can say pados also. You can say pados. It's completely okay. वो पड़ोस में कब से रह पड़ोस वो पड़ोस में कब से रह रही है, like how long she's been living close by. See, the only difference is mohalla is a neighborhood
Area. So
or
like a
little
big.
bit next to you, right? पड़ोस में कब से रह रही है, that's the only, that's the subtle difference. Otherwise you can say that वो पड़ोस में कब से रह रही है. Okay, it's like a proximity.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Who's watching cricket, by the way? I haven't checked it. India was playing really bad this morning. I don't know what's happening now. Who's following the score? No one.
My husband must be watching, but
You're
then
not-
you know, I don't want to ask him because then you'll get into all the politics. He will be saying all the data. I don't want to get in.
They have moved up actually. They were playing good after.
What?
I say I'll give you a score just now. They were playing good.
They're doing okay right now or still
Yes,
struggling?
yes.
Okay, awesome.
Is the sentence sequence okay? Is it interchangeable to put the kab se
Yes.
after the is mohale me?
So the question is, can we put kab se here versus here? Is that the question, right?
Yeah. Is it okay to put it in both places?
You can put in both the places. You can say वो कब से इस मोहल्ले में रह रही है versus वो इस मोहल्ले में कब से रह रही है. You can do that. Yeah. Awesome. Now let's try to make it a little bit more difficult as you guys are getting handle on this sentence structure. It's not always like you have a proper pronoun, right? It could be a situation as well. Okay. There also, while you have practiced this sentence structure in the class, what if the situation would be like something like this? How long has the political unrest been ongoing or going on? So I want you to try it out. It's a long sentence, but it's a similar, exactly similar tense. Has the how long has the political unrest been going on? So I took it from a news clip, okay, from a news article, but you can tell that it's exactly similar sentence structure. It's not different. It looks intimidating, but you have just covered it. So hopefully you should be able to say it in Hindi. And my only ask is, like, when you see some complicated word like this, you can always just use this in English, okay? Or you can use formula to ask someone how to say political unrest in Hindi, okay? So I'm going to give you some time, okay? So you can uh, you have some time to think. How long has the political unrest been going on? And this is like, as you are talking to someone, in Hindi, first you talk to them, you learn about them. Then let's say you're talking about either their country or your country or some other place, right? You can have multiple kind of discussions. Very good. Very good, Rita ji. Okay, why don't you try, Rita ji?
I don't know how to say political unrest. So Raji Peak, I think, or something, but political unrest, kab se cha rahi hai.
Right, so I'm going to just put yahan here, even though it's not written. Yahan political unrest कब से चल रहा है. यहाँ political unrest, यहाँ is here, even though it's not written in the English version, but I just make it like a little more explicit. यहाँ political unrest कब से चल रहा है. Who would like to say how to say political unrest in Hindi? Masram ji, you should probably know.
I would say political mamala.
Political what? Mamla.
Mamala.
Okay, mamla, you can say that. Political mamla. Mamla is matter. Mamla, okay. Okay, so it's basically Rajnetik Ashanti. It's a little bit long word, but bear with me. Raj, okay, Rajnetik, okay. Netik, Rajnetik, and Ashanti. So you probably have guessed it. Shant is peace. Shant is quiet. Shanti is peace. Ashanti is opposite of peace. Unrest. Rajnetik. So, huh? Shanti
Another
is,
word, atal putal.
yes, you can say that. Uthal Puthal, you can say that, which is basically up, what do you call it? Like, upheaval or something like that. Uthal, you can say that.
Oh, I thought
Rajnetik.
atal putal, not putal.
Uthal. Uthal.
Uthal putal. Okay, uthal
Yes.
putal.
Uthal. Yeah, so Rajnetik is political, Ashanti is unrest. यहाँ राजनीतिक अशांति कब से चल रही है?
Asuji, would you be able to use jana instead of chalna?
Which one?
Instead of chal, use ja.
जा रही है, राजनीतिक अशांति कब से जा रही है? You can say हो रही है, चल रही है. I would not use the other one like जा रही है. Okay, चल रही है और हो रही है. It's happening versus going on, right? But what makes you think, use jana here, जा रही है?
Or just to go,
To go. Okay.
going, it's going.
Okay. Not in this context though. I'm just thinking out if there are other ways to put it here, but either happening, हो रही है, I would say, चल रही है, but जा रही है, I would not use it here. Okay.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah, of course. Now let's do something which is close to home, like a second home, basically California. Okay, you come here and you realize not this year, but there's been drought going on for multiple years. Okay, so let's say if the situation is like somebody come here, they learn that not this year, but it's been a drought in California. Okay, and you want to know how long has there been a drought in California? How long has there been a drought in California? Okay, all of you should try this one. If you don't know how to say drought in Hindi, it's nothing but, who would like to try this one?
Is it suk?
Sukha, very good. Sukha.
Sukha.
Okay, so sa with u, kha with a, sukha. Sukha is like drought, like there's no rain, nothing for multiple years. That evolves into drought. How long has there been a drought in California? See, you see, we started something like how long you've been living in Delhi, or how long you've been learning French. From there, it changed into something else where it's hard for you to like really see like what is the subject. Subject is different now, right? How long has there been drought in California? Awesome, Anushka ji. Awesome. Okay. But let's this time we ask some. Oh, Sharmila ji, how are you doing?
ठीक हूँ आशु जी.
You want to try this one out?
तो कैलिफोर्निया में
California.
सूखा कब से हो रहा है?
Very good. कैलिफोर्निया में कब से? Okay, कब से सूखा? Okay, what would you say?
हो रहा है.
हो रहा है और
नहीं चल रहा है.
Okay. Anyone else?
English,
Anyone else would like to try a different?
you can say suka pada hai or
Actually,
suka pal
very good. Right. So कैलिफोर्निया में कब से सूखा पड़ रहा है?
pada raha.
पढ़ रहा. It's not like the reading वाला पढ़ना, but the other पढ़ना, right? Like that's
Yeah.
basically on California. So Shamila ji, so for when it comes to suka or drought, you end up using like the different word. Okay. So California में कब से सूखा पड़ रहा है?
ठीक
Okay.
है
Yeah. Awesome. California में कब से सूखा पड़? Any questions, anyone? I mean, you can use ho raha hai as well. I mean, as you are learning it, nobody will judge that one, right? So there's nothing wrong in here. In case if you were like, okay, I just use ho raha hai. I mean, normally people would not just start correcting you that don't use ho raha hai, right? But so don't worry too much.
And Ashuji, what does hard translate as there? What is that? Is that hard?
Padna is like for example, बारिश हो रही है versus like बर्फ पड़ रही है. Like it's been how do I say that? Who would like to translate it for JDG?
like
पढ़ना.
occurring then is it occurring
Yes.
लेकिन
occur.
आशुजी हिंदी में लिखिए ये शब्द हिंदी में लिखिए
Yes. पढ़ना. पढ़ना. ओले like बर्फ पड़ रही है, right? So it's पढ़ना.
Shuji, where the word suka ends in a, so with the postpositions and things, why doesn't it change to suke?
Which one?
So California mayor could
No, but
say
okay. So okay. Who would like to answer?
it comes after the postposition not before कब से पहला शब्द है सुखा उसके बाद है so it doesn't change
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Like,
So if
there's no influence on Sukha of other sort of post positions here. California में कब से सूखा पड़ रहा है. Imagine you write something like this: California में सूखा पड़ रहा है. Okay, or you remove this one. यहाँ सूखा पड़ रहा है. Imagine that. Like there's no post position influence in this one. यहाँ सूखा पड़ रहा है.
thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else? Any questions? Okay, so there are more. I want to spend some time on reading as well. I'll just gonna write down this sentence for you. So for you to do, and this is again like for those of you who are interested in again some of you are like climate change related topics, right? So if you want to write an essay, you can do that with this particular sentence structure. Okay, so you can make sentences like how long has the water level been declining in the river. Okay, you can do that totally using this structure. Okay, similarly, you want to, rather than asking a question, you want, let's say you are in India, let's say, and you get sick and you want to explain to a doctor like oh doctor, मुझे 2 दिन से बुखार आ रही है और 3 दिन से बहुत सर दर्द हो रहा है. Okay, you use this sentence structure as well, right? I mean, it's present continuous, but it's modified. You're using the time frame also, and you're giving that something that started 3 days ago or 2 days ago and that's still continuing right now. So you can use present perfect continuous to convey your well-being or your health to the doctor. Okay, so it becomes very important. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is in your practice sessions, at least do this one, because it can be a handy tool, right? We all get sick one way or the other, so when you're visiting a doctor, it can be a very useful thing for you to kind of be able to use this one. Okay. Any questions so far before we do the reading? We didn't do reading for the past 2-3 classes, so I definitely want to do some practice on that. But in the meantime, anyone has any question, we can take questions now. Vidyaji, how are you doing?
नमस्ते आशीष जी, मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हैं?
एकदम बढ़िया. Are you back from Suriname or are you still there?
ना, I'm back.
You're back? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we'll do reading. We need 2 volunteers. We'll change it. We'll do a couple of times. So you can raise your hand, whoever is interested in reading. Right, so this is again from chapter number 14. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And this is basically the conversation between Kavita and Deepak. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this is the, hopefully you can all see this one, Kavita and Deepak. I'm going to make it slightly bigger. Who would like to try this one out? Delacy, you want to read it? Okay, so you are Kavita, Deepak. Masramji, you want to be Deepak?
ठीक है.
Okay, awesome. Right, both of you. Okay, after that, Sharmila ji, you will do Kavita, next one. Okay, right, both of you.
दीपक, कैसे हो तुम?
ठीक हो, तुम सुनाओ.
बस, तुम कब से दिल्ली में रह रहे हो?
कविता, मैंने तुम्हें ये बताया था कि मैं यहाँ 2 साल से रहूं. मैं 2 साल पहले
Let me make it bigger.
पहले अच्छा 2 साल. मैं 2 साल पहले जुलाई के महीने में यहाँ रहने के लिए आया था.
और मैं तुम्हें सिर्फ 1 साल से जानती हूँ ना?
हाँ, लेकिन उससे पहले मैंने तुम्हें कॉलेज में देखा था. बस तुमसे बात नहीं हुई थी.
तुम कब से गाड़ी चला रहे हो?
3 साल से. यहाँ आने से पहले इलाहाबाद में मैंने गाड़ी चलाना सीखा था.
मैं गाड़ी चलाना सीखना चाहती हूँ.
तुम कब से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हो?
मैं बचपन से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हूँ. क्यों?
क्योंकि मैं अंग्रेजी सीखना चाहता हूँ.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, we'll continue it hopefully. So here's the thing, some of you may not know Devanagari, but by now you have learned at least to practice listening to the pattern. And in this paragraph you can hear that Delhi mein kab se reh rahe ho, main 2 saal se reh raha hu, and then it keeps on going. मैं बचपन से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हूँ. So you will hear that part. So for those who cannot read Devanagari, you can close your eyes and just focus on the conversation. Okay, we'll do 2 more rounds. Sharmila ji, you are Kavita. Deepak, we need 1 person for Deepak. Who would like to be Deepak? Okay.
I will do it.
Okay, let's do it. Aneska ji, you are Deepak. Sharmila ji and Aneska ji.
हाँ, दीपक, कैसे हो तुम?
ठीक है. ठीक. तुम सुनाओ.
बस, तुम कब से दिल्ली में रह रहे हो?
कविता, मैंने तुम्हें ये बताया था कि मैं यहाँ 2 साल से रह रहा हूँ. मैं 2 साल पहले जुलाई के महीने में यहाँ रहने के लिए आया था.
और मैं तुम्हें सिर्फ 1 साल से जानती हूँ ना?
हाँ, लेकिन उससे पहले मैंने तुम्हें
तुम्हें
college में देखा था। बस तुमसे बात नहीं हुई थी।
तुम कब से गाड़ी चला रहे हो?
3 साल से। यहाँ आने से पहले इलाहाबाद में मैंने गाड़ी चलाना सीखा था।
मैं गाड़ी चलाना सीखना चाहती हूँ।
तुम कब से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हो?
मैं बचपन से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हूँ। क्यों?
क्योंकि मैं अंग्रेजी सीखना चाहता हूँ।
Awesome. Okay, we'll do one more reading, but this time whoever is reading it, they'll also try to translate it. Okay, hopefully by this time, even for folks who cannot do Devanagari, it challenged them enough so that you can match your sort of understanding with now the translation that you'll be hearing. So one more round. This time, let's do someone who's not done it before in a while. Okay. JDG, you want to do one? Deepak?
Hanji.
Let's do Kavita. Kavita, someone who's not tried it in a while. Samantha ji, you want to try it out?
No, because I don't know how to read Hindi.
Okay, no worries. Okay. Rita ji, you want to try it out?
No, I have too much going on here in the background. Sorry.
No worries. Donna ji?
My Devanagari reading is still slow as
Okay.
well.
No worries. Donna ji, you want to try it out?
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. So JD and Donna ji.
So I'm Kavita. Okay. Deepak, kaise ho tum?
Translate also. You read it and translate.
Deepak, how are you?
So TK, Tum Suno, and that's I'm fine. Tell me about you. Tell me what's going on.
Bas, tum kab se Delhi mein rahe ho? How long have you been living in Delhi?
Kavita, maine tum hon ye bataya ta ki me yaha 2 saal se raha hun me 2 saal pele Julie ke mahine me yaha rahe ke liye ayata. So that's Kavita. I've already told you that I 2 years, I'm living here for 2 years. 2 years ago, last July, in the last month of July, here, I've been living here since 2 years ago, last July.
Okay. और मैं तुम्हें सिर्फ 1 साल से जानती हूँ ना? And I've known you for only 2 years, right?
1 year.
Sorry. 1 साल.
Han, लेकिन उससे पहले मैंने तुम्हें college में देखा था. बस तुमसे बात nahi hui thi. So yes, but before that, I saw you in college. I saw you in college before, but I didn't talk with you. I don't understand boss there. What is boss?
Conversation. तुमसे बात नहीं हुई थी. I didn't get a chance to talk to you. There was
Yeah,
no
but
conversation.
the word boss doesn't seem to fit. The first word, not bot, boss. The very
Bus is bus is who would like to translate this one? The bus. Bus. तुमसे बात नहीं हुई थी.
It's an informal way to
But-
say so, like so. We didn't talk then.
Oh,
But-
okay. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
तुम कब से गाड़ी चला रहे हो? How long have you been driving?
3 साल से यहाँ अपने से पहले Allahabad में मैंने गाड़ी चलना सीखा था. So 3 years, since 3 years, there apne. I was in Allahabad, for 3 years. No, I don't. There, apne say.
आने से पहले आने.
Ane. Oh, I was there. I came from Allahabad. Okay, I came there from Allahabad.
No. So read it. 3 साल से. The question was तुम कब से गाड़ी चला रहे हो? The answer is 3 साल से. How long have you been driving car? Since 3 years or for 3 years. यहाँ आने से पहले.
Yes, in Allahabad.
Before coming here, Allahabad में, in Allahabad. Now continue.
In Allahabad, I was driving there in Allahabad. I was learning to drive in Allahabad. I was learning to drive a car in Allahabad.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, मैंने गाड़ी चलाना सीखना चाहती हूँ. I want to learn how to drive.
तुम कब से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हो? How long have you been studying English?
मैं 55 से अंग्रेजी सीख रही हूँ. क्यों? I've been learning Hindi since my childhood. Why?
लेकिन no, क्योंकि मैं अंग्रेजी सीखना चाहता हूँ. I want to learn because I want to learn English.
Amazing. Okay, great job, everyone. Hopefully, the translation also helped everyone else who may not know Devanagari about what is going on here, right? So you will hear many instances of present perfect continuous. Okay, so we'll stop the broadcast here. Thanks to everyone who watched it on Facebook, and I'll take any final questions from the group. But before I disconnect, just remember next week we'll have a conversation with Professor Sunil Bhatt. So it'll be a very good conversation, and I expect all of you to join and ask him questions. If you don't feel comfortable, send me your questions. Send your questions my way, so I'll ask on your behalf. It'll be fun conversation. His approach is pretty good. He's a grammar based. He considered himself as a grammar oriented teacher as well. So for those of you who are interested in asking any difficult questions on how to approach language learning and how he's been teaching at University of British Columbia, I think that's a great opportunity for us to interact with him. Okay. So for folks who want to join directly live, as I said, tiny.cc/Hindi University, you can get the Zoom link there. Okay. I'm going to stop the broadcast.